gentlemen, we are almost at the end of the year. Next week, we'll be talking about our year in review pretty much. But let me tell you, folks, before Christmas, somebody got a gift that he didn't really want. And that would be Donald J. Trump. Or did he? Welcome back to the Rent Network with Stuart Brisgell. I'm David Solomon, where we dive into raw, unfiltered issues spanning news, pop culture, politics, and beyond. Since October 7th, we've been talking a lot about the Israel-Hamas war, but we're going to divert again for the second time in the last 2 months to talk about something that we would have normally have talked about had there been no war, and that is the absurdity of the American electoral and legal systems. So that is the absurdity of today. So while we talk about this deep-seated issue, sit back, relax, put your comments into Facebook or wherever. We want to hear from you. All right, folks, look, I'm going to put the preamble out there, but I'm scratching my head. Stuart has been saying, and others have been saying, rules for me, but not for thee, or the other way around. Stuart has also been saying, everybody should be innocent until proven guilty, except if you're Donald J. Trump or a conservative or a Republican. It is freaking mind-boggling to see that the United States of America has learned nothing. That it's all a matter of trying to sway an election, regardless of what party you're in. And the legal system, Stuart, does it have a place in elections where it could determine candidates even before an election? Stuart, once again, the reality TV show that is the United States rears its ugly head.
Okay, David, let's first break it down. The 14th Amendment, right, which is Section 3, which was of the Civil War era, where it says no person shall hold an office, civil or military, under the United States, again, this is a note dated, who have previously taken an oath or engaged in insurrection. Now, let me read you a little more disqualification from holding office. Let me read this because you got to hear it. No person shall be a senator, representative of Congress, or elected president or vice president, or hold any office of civil or military under the United States, under the United States, or under any state who had previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or an officer of the United States, or as a member of any state legislature, or an executive judicial officer of any state, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall engage in insurrection or rebellion the same, or given aid or comfort to enemies thereof. But Congress may vote 2/3 of each house to remove such a disability. Now, this is, again, a notation of section of the 14th Amendment, S3.1. Now, why did I have to read that to you? Okay. The next thing that David so quickly brought in, there is innocence until proven guilt. So now let's talk about Colorado, the Rocky State. Rocky Mountain High. And that's exactly what they are. Because they have removed a president, a former president, from a ballot off the accusation that he committed this heinous act. Now, some people say it's without a question, without a doubt. Well, that's great. Not according to any court of law in the land meaning any state, any country, right? An insurrection is the most wildest stretch. Now, remember, the Democrats said by any means necessary, we must remove Donald J. Trump from a ballot because their numbers show any other competitor to Joe Biden has a risk of losing. So a Nikki Haley, our Governor DeSantis in South Florida or Florida, have a higher percentage to lose against Donald J. Trump as of this moment. And to call him a MAGA Republican, make America great, is a bad thing. And this is the mantra from the Democratic Party. So Colorado, among 16 other states, have started these lawsuits again to drain and use the federal coffers and state coffers to fund these things. Now, we could say an insurrection is allowing an open border. Therefore, removing Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris from any ticket as well could also now take a part because an open border is allowing an insurrection. Now, I'm more concerned about what's coming through the southern border than I am the fact that there's a southern border problem because of terrorism that and cells that are being spawned all over the world. Because, hey, United States is not siding with Hamas, Hezbollah, or the Ayatollah Khomeini. But Donald J. Trump got a Christmas present that we're finding you off the ballot. Now, I'm hopeful that the Supreme Court will hear it quickly, expeditiously, and remove the insanity. And I hope the people of Colorado understand all they're doing is causing further divisiveness in this country and removing a free and fair election. Now, if you're a Democrat and you say, good, Donald Trump's got problems, maybe you should be saying, why is Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris refusing to debate challengers to him being the anointed king of the Democratic Party? That's what's supposed to happen. But the Democrats are so overwhelmed with, oh no, we got Donald J. Trump, yoo-hoo. They're failing to understand that Biden is not the kingmaker and is an anointed king. He has to be elected to being the person to represent the Democratic Party, even though he's an incumbent president. Wild, isn't it? Now, another thing is, why do you think the governor of California is running around the world? Maybe Biden will have a heart attack. Maybe Biden won't be appointed. I want to be the right guy. And why do you think Kamala Harris and DeSantis are being quiet about Donald J. Trump being the guy who's going up against this? Because they have all to gain. If you are a person that wants to see chaos, you are cheering galore over both of these equally horrible problems of both parties, which is making way for another party. And it's called the Socialist Party. It's called the Communist Party. Because really, that's the only thing that's going to come of both of this divisiveness. In fact, it's the extreme left that's pushing this agenda. Now, I am not a lover of Donald J. Trump, I'll be honest. I don't know if David is either. But I could tell you with utter certainty, I would not vote for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. There's my political stance on things. But here we are with people cheering galore. David, come on, man.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something. And it's interesting that you brought this up because there are those in the media, on liberal media, who don't agree with you, that the opposite, that they're saying this is a terrible move. That they forget the fact that they just gave Trump another gift to prove his idea that there's a conspiracy against him and election jeering and blah, 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 blah. But that the law does not have a place here. And that if you look at what's going on, whether it's the Alan Dershowitzes of this world or others, they're saying the law overstepped their boundaries. This is not the right time. You've decided to commit somebody to being guilty before that they were convicted. That's wrong. And you have the left media is actually saying that's wrong. Forget about the gift. Now, on the other hand, you got ABC who decided that The View is such a newsworthy TV show, and I keep saying that. And Joy Behar has decided that the law must defeat him. She so hates Donald Trump that she's willing to twist the law to make sure that Donald Trump doesn't get even on a ballot. It's wrong. And she's getting crucified left, right, and center on social media because it's wrong. Because if tomorrow morning, all right, the law, let's say in Arkansas, they don't want Biden, are they going to pass something? Because, hey, Biden's family is suspected of conspiracy and defrauding the government and money laundering, whatever. And because there's now a court case and now the Congress is going to open it, hey, we're going to take Biden off the ballot.
Right. But if you understand.
No, I know I'm exaggerating it. I'm exaggerating.
Hang on a second. No, hang on. That's not where I'm going, David. Just give it a second. Here is what you have to understand, right? The Democrats want to go and say Hunter is innocent until proven guilty. President Biden is innocent until he proven guilty. But President Trump is guilty till he proves his innocence. Again, you said it right. Rules for me, not for thee. And I got to be honest with you, the Joy Bahars of the world, you know what?
But this is the problem. People do not understand.
They are the overpaid media hacks.
No, hold on. We warned people that if you go after a sitting president, okay, you've opened up a Pandora's box. And that's exactly what just happened. And people are saying that what they're doing to Biden is retaliation for what they did to Trump. No, you opened the door. You open the door to this type of way of being a politics in the United States. So if you're going to investigate a sitting president on false charges because you suspect something, what, you don't think when the roles are reversed they're not going to do the same thing? It's not revenge. You've just created. Hold on. You've created a new pattern. You don't think that what's happening now in Colorado in 2024 will have an impact in 2028 or 2026?
Well, there's 16 other states that are doing it. But David, the Department of Justice, the FBI have been weaponized, and the legislative branch of the U.S. government is being ripped apart by the judicial system that's making its own rules. There's a reason why there's several branches of government. The founders of this country.
But this is a slippery slope, Stuart. And if you're going to go down this road on Trump, okay, and you create a pattern, or if you create a precedent, you don't think it's going to happen again to somebody else? And then they're going to call it retaliation and revenge and this and that and name calling. People, if you're going to screw with elections, just like you've done for the last number of years, guess what? Tit for tat. It's going to happen. Okay.
It's listen, a mistake. We have this guy, Larry, who says, lots of funny things. Reed voting counties only contributed 30% of yearly GDP. I mean, this guy, Larry, who's rattling off a bunch here, replace election with candidates by lottery. Listen.
No. This is not what we're doing here, folks. We're talking about, listen, an election in a democracy has to be safe, secure, and it has to be, there's a structure. We understand that in the United States, 50 states, 50 different rules, blah, blah, blah. But if you're not careful and you're going to start playing with who can be on a ballot and who's not, and you're going to leave it to a legal legislature, to Supreme Courts to make a decision like this without any like legal conclusions, like you might think he's guilty, but until he's guilty, he's not guilty. You can't put him off a ballot.
100% right. Listen, if you don't follow the rules for everyone's going to suffer consequences. And Larry, the freedom you have to watch whatever you want and say whatever you want until we kick you out, of course, you have to understand that's a freedom. And if you abuse that freedom under the third section of the 14th Amendment, saying someone is guilty till they're proven innocent, sir, I think you got other problems. David, we got to wrap it. It's a Merry Christmas. It's a Happy Holidays.
Absolutely.
What's going on?
So listen, folks, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning into the Rant Network. We're going to go back next week. It'll be time for us to do our year in review, and we'll do it really quickly because we've got so many other things to talk about. We trust you found real value in today's dialogue. Catch us Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern.
We are going to put a pre-recorded version for Christmas because we will take this off and for New Year's, but we are generally live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. We're on social media. We're on YouTube. We're all over the place. Like us, share us. We genuinely value your feedback. And until then, wishing everybody a happy holiday, wishing you health, happiness, and peace.